everybody. Welcome to Storytime. I'm going to give you some time to get in here. Um, yeah, so get on in here, everybody. I hope you got my community messages to say we were going to do Storytime. But I will wait, see who pops on in here. I have been thinking about which story I was going to do. And I've waited in my mind, but I referenced the one story last night on last night's live. And but then I have like, hello, how are you? Welcome to Story Time. So I was just saying that I'm thinking about which story to tell because I have a couple of them. I have to remember the guidelines for YouTube and remember some of the stories. I have to definitely walk the line, just some things ahead of time before I tell the story. It is a true story. I will not divulge names to protect the privacy of the other participants in this story. And yes, Lee, I was hoping you were going to come. The story time is for you. I was going back and forth about which story is the juiciest, but I figure if this story time goes well, I will do story time again because there are a couple of really good stories that I just kept in the can. I never released onto YouTube for whatever my reason was. So yes, I definitely had you in mind for the story time. I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes before I get started with the story so that others, when they jump in, we don't have to repeat the story. You guys can kind of fill them in about what's taking place on the story. And I mean, really, right until the last second when I clicked on to live, I have debated about which story. And to be honest with you, I'm still on the fence about what story to tell. Hi, Ishtar. How are you? Good to spend time with you again tonight. Thank you so much for coming back. I don't know. I really, both stories are quite different, but both really good, like, say what now? They're definitely say what now stories. Yeah. Decisions. I think that I'm just gonna jump right on in here. We've been here on a few seconds, so let's start story time. If you don't have your snacks, get your drinks, because I'm about to pull up on this story. Oh, the story. I have two really good stories in my mind, and it's just, I really don't know which one to tell. So I'm just gonna do the one that I asked my best friend which story, and they jumped on that story. So I'm gonna tell the story. Alrighty, so here we go. This is a true story. And the story that I'm going to tell, most of my stories, they involve me in some way, shape, or form. Either I witnessed it or I was a participant. So that was my thing. Should I do the story that directly involves me, or should I do the story where I'm an adjunct part of the story? So, you guys have a preference? Because if not, I'm just going to pick one and jump on in there. Let's see. Let's do the story that directly affects me. Alrighty, so here's the story. Here's the thing. So I was traveling a lot, and I happened to be in a relationship with this guy, and so we had really crazy schedules, but we made it a point of, if I wasn't going to get back to where I was at home, then we would meet up on the road. Okay? Be that as it may, no matter where, I have certain travel rituals that I do for myself. And one of them is when I get off the plane and get either to the hotel or at home, I take a shower. It's just my thing. I have to get all those travel energies off of me. It's just, I just feel better. I have to shower. So I got in, and it just so happened I got in. I'm being really careful because I really want to protect this person's identity. And I showered. I put my bag down. I didn't unpack because back in the day, I would pay people to unpack. I just hate unpacking. That's a whole other story. Don't judge me. All right. Okay, so I get in, I take a shower, right? Then I go about checking my messages, my typical thing. That's what I do when I'm traveling, get off a plane. Okay, so my boyfriend at the time comes in, and we exchange niceties or whatever, and then he's like, oh, I want to do something really sweet for you. You just wait. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's lovely, right? So he goes about preparing to get my favorite food, in case if you didn't know that. My favorite food is sushi. So he went out and he got my favorite types of sushi and brought the sushi back and set it up with candles and all this really, really nice. A lot of effort. Went and got flowers. Flowers are my favorite thing. So he went and got flowers. Flowers are beautiful. So got a nice bottle of wine, and he had what he was sipping on, and I had that, and I had the sushis, and we were just talking. And I was really kind of tired though. So he says to me, well, I want to run you a bath. And I said, oh, okay. Like, he knows that when I come in, I shower immediately. But, hey, you want to run me a bath? Run me a bath. So he runs the bath. And, he did his thing with the bath. Let me just tell you. He put the bubbles in that I like. He put rose petals on top. He put a little bit on the floor in the bathroom. Lit some candles. Nice, right? Okay. Stay with me. So, he says, okay, yeah, it was a very romantic, right? Very nice. I'm like, wow, this is really nice. Like, this is sweet, and, I can be a water bag. So I was thinking, oh my goodness, this is sweet. So anyway, so I proceed to get in the tub, right? So I get in the tub, and and I'm luxuriating, I'm like, wow, this is nice. This is really, really nice. Like the effort, I'm like feeling good. Okay. So he comes in and he goes, I have a glass of wine for you. And I'm like, okay, this is like the movies now. I'm on Lifetime TV. I really did think that. So, he gives me my glass of wine. I can still see the glass and everything, you guys. You have to know that I am really projecting back to the moment. And I take the wine, and he has his cup of what he's sipping on. And he says, well, do you mind if I join you? And I said, okay, this is what to do in the Lifetime movie. Look at me having my moment, my movie moment. Okay, so he begins to disrobe, and he takes off his clothes, and he's gonna get in the bathtub with me. Remember this YouTube? Gotta keep clean. So he steps on in the bathtub, and so he's, it's a soaking tub, so it's big enough for the both of us. And I'm on my end with my bubbles and still some of my rose petals, and I put the oh, wine over on the ledge. Okay, so you see me, I'm really living the moment right now. So put the wine, and he steps in and he gets into the tub. Leah. Okay, so he's in the tub. He gets on, he slides on into the bubbles, right? And then so he's in there. He's like, "Oh, this is nice. Oh, is it too hot for you?" And I was like, "No, because I don't know. They say that most women like their water hot. I'm one of those women. I like my water hot." He's like, "What are you doing? Boiling lobsters? Whatever." So all of a sudden, the bubbles in my bathtub start dissipating. They just start like going away. Right? And so I'm like, bubble. Now, I didn't say anything, but I was like, my bubbles is going away. Why is my bubbles going away? And so then finally, they're like rapidly going away. And I said to him, well, maybe we should turn the water on because the bubbles are going away, right? And I was like, this is weird. My bubbles are going away. So then he's like, oh, if you want me to. So he turns to turn the water on, because we're going to, re-stimulate the bubbles. And the water, the water around him is brown. Oh my God. Not like cloudy, like brown, okay? Like there's no other way to say it. The water's turning brown. And I'm like, oh no, because I am slightly a germaphobe, and there I am in this tub with this man, and the water, the water is looking like it's from Flint. Love you, Flint. Not making fun of your situation, but this is what was happening, and this wasn't the Flint water crisis. This is him. So the germaphobe that I am, I jump up and I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta pee, right? Because that's what I'm thinking. I gotta get out of here, like fight or flight, right? I gotta pee. So he says, he reaches for my hand and says, well, go ahead and pee in the tub. It's okay. No. I said, what? He said, yeah, go ahead and pee in the tub. I pee in the tub all the time. Oh. So I automatically got superpowers. I jumped myself. I don't even think that I went out that tub one leg at a time. I think both of my legs hopped me over the ledge of that tub. I jumped out of that tub, started to act like, is it love for somebody to say yes, pee in here? Listen, we're going to talk about that at the end of the story. So I jumped up out of the tub so fast with my superpowers, like I thought I was Wonder Woman or something, I don't know. Landed and started to hit the floor running, and remember the rose petals are on the floor. Well, baby, I hit the rose petals and right door, right on my backside, bare naked lady flying through. Like, it was a mess. It was a complete mess. And then he is back there looking at me. I know he wanted to die laughing because it had to look funny because I looked like a crazy person. I'm trying to get away from him and he's like, what is wrong with you? You gotta pee that bad? And oh no. So needless to say, he jumps out of the tub because he's gonna help me and my bumbling behind as and then I hurt myself. I really hurt myself. I hurt my elbow bad. And so he's like, that's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And I said, and I was like, no, it's really not okay. It's really not. And he's like, well, what? You have to go pee? So I'm mad about my arm now, right? And I'm like, no, I didn't have to go pee. I had to get out of that tub. And he's like, what? Now I'm throwing him off guard. And this is really terrible because here this man got me my favorite food, candles, flowers. This did the whole nine. And I couldn't get past little dirt in the tub. Oh God. So needless to say, I needed a shower. And he's like, oh, I'll shower with you. But like I couldn't get past it, y'all. I couldn't get past why the water was brown. Okay. And so then I'm like, well, I know the water not brown for me. I took a shower. So then I'm like, well, what's going on with you? That, maybe you was sweaty or, I'm having this whole inner dialogue with myself about why is it when he got into the tub, not only did the bubbles dissipate, the water changed to Flint, Michigan brown. I couldn't do it. So much so that me, your girl, yeah, I ruined that relationship. I did. I couldn't I couldn't get past it, y'all. And to this day, let me tell you how bad I got PTS spray tan. No, thank you though, but spray tan did not apply to, he was a cool glass of chocolate milk. That tan was natural. So that brown that was coming off him was bona fide dirt. Oh my God. Yeah, so I had to break up with him. And to this day, if a guy says to me that he wants to take a bath, I project back to that moment. I can't do it. Oh, natural tanning. Yeah, it was dirt. It was definitely dirt. But have you guys ever been in that situation where, something about a person just you just can't get past it. Now I'm not, then I start thinking about, oh my goodness, how did I miss this? Like I'm a hygiene person, I'm a phobe, and was this really something to break the relationship up about? Probably not. I might have overreacted a little bit, but I just couldn't get past the fact that it was like I was in the bathtub with a little 4-year-old. And listen, anybody over 2, you just not allowed to pee in the tub. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that there is a statistic out there that says, get this, 70%, even higher than that, amount of people pee in the shower. Okay? And they said more women pee in the shower than men. Now, see, I was thinking, what? I was thinking, well, you know what? If you pee in there, and then when he says to me, go ahead and pee in the bathtub with the both of us to be in here together. I don't know. And as far you guys are taking it somewhere where my mind couldn't even fathom if I would have thought that this was excrement on his body. That would have I would have needed therapy. Cancel it. But I thought I attributed it to sweat and body lotions and cologne. Now today I can look at it and definitely say I overreacted in that situation. And he's a good guy. So if you're watching this video, I am so sorry. It's funny that I fell. Uh, but I never told him why the relationship fell off after that because, that's rude, I thought. So I just blamed it on the distance and schedules and just killed the relationship. But yeah, so that is my story. Do you guys have something like that where you just have real specific things like, that's your absolute no, okay? And I guess for me, I should put hygiene is really at the top of my list of things. And, don't ask me to take a bath with you because I have PTSD about the bathtub. So that was my quick story for tonight. I had that one in the can. I was going to upload that one, but it was kind of soon to the breakup, and I just knew that if he ever checked my channel out, he wouldn't have known that the story was about him. But there's been a little bit of time. What'd you say? My boyfriend gets sweaty and grimy. Yeah, I can't do that. I don't mind. I think if it would have been a shower situation, I would have tolerated it a lot better because it's not on me. I just really couldn't identify like what was happening with him, that the bubbles were gone. I mean, just gone. And then you turn and there's like a smegma mark on the back of the tub where you are, and the water underneath you is now a whole nother color, like we added a fabric softener or something to the water. It was just it was too much for my psyche to handle at the time. But he's a great guy. He really is a great guy. He just probably shouldn't offer to take baths with his counterpart anymore, or they shouldn't be a weirdo like me and have an issue with it, But since then, even now, if I take a bath, I have to take a shower directly after. Are you guys like that? Like I haven't done it, and it kind of ruined baths for me, to be honest, because I'm just like, what is that? What is happening here? What is this floating smegma on the water? So anyway, that's my story. I can't believe you guys, excuse me, are thinking that he had excrement on him. Oh God, no. He was a clean guy. I don't want you guys to think that, I was walking around with dirt McGirt. Clothing color dyes. Excuse me. Maybe, I mean, just in the heat of the moment, it looked like it was coming for me and I had to get out of that tub. Like any means necessary, I almost broke my neck, which wasn't cool. But yeah, I definitely had to get it. I just mentally, I couldn't handle what was happening there. So I totally ruined and perfectly wonderful evening. Might have been married by now, my silly self. I just messed up the whole proposal. Running from a little bit of sweat and dirt. Excuse me. So, yeah. Yeah, gee, I never thought of it as poop, but pee in the tub is enough for me to, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like, did he pee in the tub? I was like, is he idiot peeing in his tub? Is this what this is? Oh my God. I know that we can't talk about this YouTube. We have to be on another channel to talk about that. But yeah, it crossed my mind. I was like, wait a minute. I'm not ready. I'm not, we don't have a safe word. What's happening here? It's just, no. Yeah, so that's my story. Dating me is a blast. Just don't ask me to take a bath with you and we'll be all right. Yeah. Yeah, and then, now I have the assumption that everybody's gonna get in the tub and something's gonna come off their body. So I'm sure to shower first. I either shower first and then get in the tub, or get in the tub and then I shower after. And sometimes I'm kind of neurotic. I will shower, a quick shower, get in the tub, and then shower when I get out. So, yeah. See, post-traumatic stress. You gotta be careful who you date. So anyway, that is my story for today. Unless you guys want another story, because I told you I was going around back and forth. I had 2 stories that I definitely want to share with you. I looked in my listing of videos that are, excuse me, there, and they're still on private. And I have recorded the bathtub one. And, excuse me, this other story is just another story that I could talk about. You want another story, Linda? Yes, do another story. Okay, I'm gonna do another story and then I'll let you guys go. Okay, now this story is in total opposite direction. That story was about me and what I got going on. So if you watch this video after the fact, and you want to leave me some tips on how to get over my bathtub phobia that I now have now let's get it straight. Don't start this rumor that Sandra doesn't bathe in the bathtub. That is not true. I will gladly take a bath. I'm just taking a bath by myself. We can't share no dirt. No. Keep your dirt to yourself. Okay, so got your drink. We're going to do the next story. You guys can chime in on what you think I should have done, what you would have done, or if you have had this situation, you can chime in now here on live, or if you're watching after the fact, you can leave it in the comments section and I'll come and check the comments out and we can talk about it, okay? So you ready? You got your drinks? Okay, so here's the story. So I had this friend. Again, you guys, true story. I don't use names because they might watch. Sorry, I'm telling your business. Okay, so I had this girlfriend, and she was in a long-term relationship with this guy. I always have to pause because I have to make sure I'm not letting people's names fly out of my mouth. Okay, I get so wrapped up in the story, I'm telling you people's names. I don't want to do that. Okay, so she was dating this guy, and they were pretty serious. They weren't living together yet. I don't believe they were living together, but it was one of those deals where he was always at her place or she's always at his place, like that. But they hadn't gotten a place of their own together, but they had been together quite a while. It was an established relationship. Like, he knew her family, she knew his family. They were a couple. Everybody knew when you look for him, you look for her, and vice versa. The whole thing that happens in the friend group. Okay, so as time goes on, she was staying with her parents, and she lived in their, I'm making sure that you can't put it together, but she lived in their home at the time, in a separate part of their house that was conducive for her. And so that she had access coming in and out. So again, as I said, he was either at her place spending the night, a couple of nights, or she was at his place spending the night. And he actually had his own place, but he had roommates. So, when they wanted to have a little sexy time, they did that mostly at her place. Okay, so follow the story. Was that too TMI? I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, let's keep it moving. So I remember it was around the holidays, and at that time, it's this time of year. People just start having parties, and you can find a party to go to every weekend, starting from Halloween on, if you really want to. And so I think it was November, December. I remember Christmas decorations, so it definitely was holiday time. Anyway, my friend had been complaining when it was just girls' night out with us that she thought he was cheating on her. So, of course, all of us are like, when? Like, how? You're always together. Like, when is he cheating? He's cheating with somebody at work? And she's like, no, I don't think it's anybody at work, but I think he's cheating on me. And we were like, based off of what? And she just said, your intuition, I guess women, men too, if you have an inkling that something's happening, chances are something's going on. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're cheating, but something's happening if you can distinguish a behavior change, okay? So this is what she's saying. She's saying that their intimacy had gone down, like way down. And although he was still coming over, he would because it was the family home, they would all go upstairs and watch movies together, whatever, have something to eat, snack time, and they would just, come to her part of the house and just crash. Like that was it. And but we all were like, get out of here. No. Okay, so rolls tape forward. So she's feeling like this a couple of weeks. We've had this conversation. We've all told her, no, she's crazy. He loves you. You guys are going to get married. Stop it. So I'm out at a Christmas function. It was a bar. Yes, I went to the bar. And they were having a party at this bar. And so I'm in there, and I happened, it's not like I walked in and boom, I would love to say it was dramatic like that, but it wasn't. I'd actually been there for a little while. I had been over in the back. It's a sports bar, so I love sports. So I was really watching the game and chatting it up with everybody who was kind of watching the game, even though there's this party going on for this company there, and I wasn't really paying attention. And so just so happens, I'm getting ready to walk back up to get a refill on whatever I was drinking that night. I mean, I know what I was drinking, but I'm not getting paid to endorse anybody's liquor, so we're not talking about that. So I went up to the bar. I'm on my way up to the bar, and I see my girlfriend's boyfriend, but almost said his name. And I'm like, oh, hey. And like, as I'm like going, oh, how you getting ready to go and touch the person and say, hey, how you doing to them? It just so he simultaneously reaches his arm over, but downward, and slides it around the waist of a woman. Oh my God, scandalous. So I'm just standing there, and I can still remember because the person, they both had on flannel. He had on a quilted flannel jacket. You know how some of the truckers still wear that? Well, that's what he had on, and we were up north. And he had like a vest over the top of it because it was cold. Okay, but the woman he was with, she just had on a sweater, a cream color sweater, dark slacks. Okay, this is how vivid it was in my mind. So I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm going to tell. Am I going to tell? Oh, I'm going to tell. Oh, Lord, he really cheating. Oh, Lord, what you do? Do you go up to him? Do you not go up to him? See, and here's astrology in me. I can't tell you what sign I am. But needless to say, I went up to him. And I was like, hey, how you doing? Okay? So he was like, that deer in the headlights look like I'm caught, right? Because I had hung back and I watched the arm slide. Listen, not up here like, hey, buddy, although that can be problematic, especially if the hand go and connect. Men, we don't like that. But no, the arm went down, slid around, embrace, right? Smell of the hair. You know how the guys, when they embrace you, they like smell your hair, and then kissed on top of the head. What does that say to you? Does that say couple? Yes, I think my super chat is open. Yes, it is. Okay, so he kissed on top of the head. Now, man, I can still see only the back of her. She got dark hair. She got a cream sweater on, and she got dark bottom, and she got a little hiney, she got the caboose, she dragging a wagon, but that's all I can see. And he's got this thing on. So I'm like, hey, buddy. And he's like, oh, hey, how are you? And I was like, I'm good. What you doing? Who that? So I go to, how you lean into it. So I lean past him because we're all at the bar here now, but he's kind of blocking her still, right? So this is me, this is him, this is old girl over here. And I lean past to see who he's with. At the same time, that person must have heard or had their own intuition that somebody was talking to him. And so she simultaneously leans over this way to look me in the eye. Okay? So we now face to face, and my face fell, y'all. Fell all over that bar, just shattered. Yeah, take a minute, breathe. He was in the bar, all hugged up on her mama. It was her mama. It was her mom. Listen. I was like, I didn't know. Do you scream? Do you holler? Do you play it cool? Oh, I was like, oh, Miss, how you doing? And she knew that I saw. But listen, let me tell you something. She was an OG, okay? She cared not. She was like, hey, girl, we're just up here grabbing some drinks. Now, you ever have that moment where you catch somebody doing something wrong, but they act like it's right? So then you start asking yourself, oh, yeah, I know the daughter. The daughter was one of my best friends. I called her mom. I was like, oh, hey, miss, hi, mom. But she was so cool. She was like, ice. She was like, yeah, we just up here grabbing a drink. And I'm like, okay. And it's that old joke. Who you gonna believe, me or your lying eye? I be wearing glasses. Maybe they wasn't working. I was like, because I know I saw old boy slide his arm. You know how he brushes past the booty on, around the waist. I saw him smelling your hair, miss. And I saw him kiss you on top of your head. I saw that. Okay? But now you people looking at me like I didn't just see what I saw. Okay? So now I'm wondering, well, this her mama. Were we in a big city? We were up north. Yes. And so they're looking at me like no big deal. So then I'm questioning like, well, maybe I'm drunk. You think, I must be drunk. Am I drunk? Like, this is only my second drink. What's in this drink. Because these people was acting like this is normal. Because I know if I saw my mama, and I got a problem with it. But I'm projecting maybe. Okay, so he looks at me and he's like, "It's all good, right? We good, right?" And I was like, "Hey, it ain't none of my business." But see, with him saying we all good and needing the buy-in from me, right? Then they know something going on. But like you saying, right, maybe the daughter knows, but she didn't say that. Because remember, for 2-3 weeks, we as the girlfriend group have listened to her drone on, cry, be crazy. She now a searcher going through all his stuff. And we tell her, no, he's not cheating. When is he going to be cheating? How's he going to be cheating, right? So now I'm in the quandary here. I'm like, okay, these people done messed up my game. I came up here to watch. I'm just up here to watch the football game, have a couple cocktails, chop it up, tease my friends about their team losing, and go home. And now I have the weight of the soul of the world on me, and I need to go to confession. Is there a Catholic church open? I need to go talk to a priest. That's really how I felt. So I didn't say anything right away, but I had to get in front of her, okay? Because I'm thinking, y'all know me, y'all know swingers like to be around me. Check out my swinger story. So I'm thinking maybe my girlfriend and they know. I don't know what go on in people's life. This not my life. Okay, so I go by the house. Okay, I go because I'm like, wait, or what? And her father, yes, the mother is married. Yes. So my girlfriend's dad, who I call dad, answers the door. And I'm like, hi, mister. How you doing? And he's like, I'm good. How are you? And so the mama says, oh, my baby girl is here. Come in. Girl, I know you cheating on this man. With that man that's downstairs. It's like, what the hell? Like, this was a Jerry Springer moment for me, folks. I was like, why do I get into this? Okay, so hide your mama. That's right. Hide your sisters. Lord have mercy. So I come in and she's like, you want some dinner? And I'm like, what none you cooking. I don't know what's going on in here. You got folks crazy. So I go downstairs. They arguing. Okay, my girlfriend and her boyfriend arguing. What they arguing about? I know you cheating on me. No, I'm not. Oh, here I come. Perfect timing, right? So she says, perfect timing. You tell me that you don't think he was out the other night until 3 o'clock in the morning. And he wants me to believe that he was just out hanging out. And then my mother's going to vouch for him. Now, her mother is telling her that she needs to calm down. He's not cheating on her. Okay, so we've been... Baby, what did I do? What would you guys have done? Let me stop the story right there before I finish and tell you what happened. What would you have done in that situation? Okay, all parties are accounted for, right? Yes, this is a true story of one of my very good my very good friends. Almost gave you a clue. Yes, if you were me and that's one of your best friends and you walk in on their argument of he's cheating on me. Now you're me. You leave. That's a good one. What else would anybody else do? What would you do if you walked in on the argument of they're cheating on me and you have the receipts? Not only do you know they're cheating, you know who they're cheating with, okay? What would you have done? Yeah, you would have left? Okay, so far we got leave. I would, if I were here, do you have pull some? I didn't know. I wasn't doing tarot back then. You would tell your friend, okay? All right. Okay, so here's what happened. Her brother came downstairs because it was kind of loud, and the mother sent her brother downstairs to see what was going on. And I'm just telling them, okay, everybody just needs to calm down. And my friend had a tendency back then to, throw things. So my friend is throwing things, right? Because she's upset now. And so her brother, he takes him outside, okay? And I'm like, you know what? Listen, you need to calm down. You can't be acting all crazy in your parents' house like this. Like this is out of control. If you guys can't talk about it, then y'all need to just go your separate ways. And she's like, whatever. So her brother, I almost told you his name. Her brother comes back downstairs, and he's like, he has no t-shirt on and no shoes, just got his jeans on. And so we say, well, where is he? And he says, oh, he's outside in the backyard talking to mom. Now remember, mom is the other woman, okay? But I know that, but nobody else knows that. Okay, so she's like, oh, okay, well, my girlfriend says, well, she's probably going to take his side the way that she always does. Okay, so I'm there with my friend. I'm like, look, girl, you need to get you a little drink. You need to calm down. You need to do something. Okay, I got to go. All right, because now I'm feeling uncomfortable. All right, because she's crying. He's outside with the mama. And, I'm sitting here. And I just knew for whatever reason, I didn't want to tell her. I mean, listen, I'm in their house. So if I tell her now in their house with the father, his house, this is where he pays the bills, I'm just going to cause an explosion, okay? And, and I had been sitting on this for a couple of days. It's not like I came from the bar right here. Like, I think that's what the girlfriend code tell you you're supposed to do. You're supposed to zoom right on over there and tell it. So I hadn't done that. And so this was just a mess. And I didn't want no parts of it, okay? I couldn't understand what this was. So I was just out of there. So I'm like, well, listen, girl, I gotta go. I'm gonna check back with you. You okay? Yeah, he should be. He's still outside talking to my mother, I guess. I said, I guess so. Baby, why, Lord? When I go outside, they all hugged up, mama kissing on him. I said, the mama is outside of the house, the daddy house where he paid mortgage, with her crazy daughter who likes to throw things in the basement, who the boy she kissing on, that's her man. Look, I had tunnel vision. I was just going right to my car. I wanted no parts of any of it at all. Do you hear me? None of it. And roll tape, just so happens, end of the story. Let me wrap it up for you guys. What happened with this story? Well, I never told her. I never told her that I saw them together. I just didn't want to get in it. I didn't see a way of, I didn't want to come between a mother and the daughter. I didn't want to be in the middle of, two people that I cared about, that they have a marriage that I respect, that I didn't want to be the catalyst for adding gasoline to what is already a troubled situation, whether they're acknowledging it or not. And I didn't want to be a part of hurting my friend and telling her, although it would have given her some relief that, you're not crazy, this is happening. the betrayal, to me, from my perspective, was on a whole nother level, because it when you get cheated on, that's one type of pain, but the betrayal, when it comes from in-house, your inner circle, is something totally different. And then for it to be your mother or your sister, that's just a whole nother level. It just hurts different. So I didn't want to be a part of that. I didn't see how me contributing to telling her at the time would help anybody, anything. I did. Was her mother good looking? Yes, her mother was a very good looking woman. That was still her mother. And my friend was gorgeous. So it's not about that. It was definitely a choice that they made. What happened in the story? Her sister walked in on the mother and the boyfriend in bed together. No, I never plan on telling her. She watches my YouTube. She's gonna know now. I never told her. But her sister caught the mother and the boyfriend in bed together. And subsequently, that broke up her parents' marriage. It broke up their relationship. You know, all the things that I knew was going to happen. You could just tell. So yeah, that definitely had a tragic. I know it started off, the story was like what, but yeah, it was it was a bad thing, bad situation, and it was not a happy ending for that family. So that is another cheating story. And to be honest with you, I've had those type of situations where I just don't get in it. You know, say what you want. Oh, you don't snitch. No, I don't. I don't know if it were somebody in my immediate, you know, if God forbid it was, you know, my kids or something. Would I tell? Yeah, that was a next level story, right? I know, and I have it. I had the story, and I just never posted it to YouTube because the ending was so sad. It really was. So, thank you, Linda. Thank you so much. Yeah, being the sister, yeah, to see the boyfriend in bed with the mom, yeah, that was something. It was a mess. It was a mess. As a matter of fact, that whole caveat of a situation, we were never quite that close again. And you know, it really did stem from that. You know, it should be a movie. Yeah, I told you my stories are pretty legendary, and the thing about it is that it's true. And so that's the point sometimes when I think about posting story times, that these people are still alive. Some of them, a lot of them, are part of my life, and so I don't want to hurt them in telling the stories. But I leave the names out and places and just paint you a different type of picture. But so that was it, you guys. How'd you like story time? I guess we could do this regularly because I really do have some quite interesting stories. But you know, as always, I want to leave with the moral of the story. Moral of the story is, listen, kids, all these people out here, all right, stop. Don't be sleeping with somebody's mama. Don't sleep with the daddy. Take the foolishness outside of the family circle, please. She gets revenge and sleeps with his father. No. Oh my goodness, no. I mean, it was, the father went on to marry. Oh yeah, sounds a lot like my aunt, right? Don't talk to me about her. I still don't talk to my aunt. The father went on to be with somebody else, divorced the mom, and it ended tragically. So yeah, it wasn't good, and it definitely was not worth it. And I think that if we could ask the mom, for whatever she was going through in her life, for her to make a decision like that, to be with her daughter's practically fiance, and to carry on a relationship like that. I think if she had hindsight, I think that she would say that it wasn't worth it, you know. And so, you know, sometimes I tell people, you know, sometimes you need to really press pause on the decisions that you're making, because they do have long-term effects. Thank you, Jill. Yes, I am going to do more story times. I have a lot of them. I have to be careful. I have to make sure that me divulging a story isn't infringing on somebody's right to privacy and confidentiality and stuff like that. But I will definitely do more story time. You have to check out in the community tab, and I will announce when a story time is. I don't know when I'm coming back to do live, because I'm kind of busy tomorrow. This weekend it's looking a little hairy, but I will definitely come back. We'll do more story time. We'll do more you can ask me a question, and I'll take out my tarot cards for love and sexual marriage cards, or those are a little bit racier, still within the guidelines of YouTube, but so you can do that, and we can get a pulsing on that, and we can talk more about energy and you know, basically whatever it is you guys want to talk to me about. So if you want to leave that over in the community section, where you tell me things about what you want to hear about, I'll accommodate you as best I can. So I hope you guys are all wonderful. I hope you're never in a situation like either of the ones I just talked about tonight, either the bathtub story where I'm still like, or, you know, an infidelity story like that. You know, make wiser decisions. And if you're getting out of a bathtub and there are rose petals, you might not want to run, because you're going to bust your butt, just like I did. Alrighty, you guys. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate your time. If you are catching this broadcast after the live, thank you so much for watching, and enjoy. I hope you enjoyed story time with me. Thorn roses. I bet you he wished that he had put thorns in those roses the way that I did them. I didn't do it bad. We didn't have a bad breakup. We're still friends, actually. He doesn't know why I broke up with him. I told you, I just blamed it on the distance. But it was really, I couldn't get past that visual. I'm a visual learner, and I couldn't get past it. So he had to go. So yeah, that's it. I will try to do story time at least once a week. And so stay tuned, stick around. I'll try to announce it when I'm going to do it. And I'm also going to start to do, as I said, you can ask me a question. We'll focus in on that. I'll have the different decks that I have. So we'll actually look at the tarot cards, and we'll actually try to get some resolution to some things you might have going on in your life. Okay? So that's it for me. Thank you so much. Wherever you are in the world, enjoy your day tomorrow. Sweet dreams if you're going to bed, and good morning to you if you are just waking up. Rise and shine. Either way, make it a productive day. See you all next time. And like I always tell you, take care of each other. Alrighty? Bye, everybody.